it was a Saturday, I believe, and typical Saturday, you know. And I started cutting this one guy, and I seen he was a little agitated, but I didn't pay no mind. You know, but then he started talking crazy right when I started cutting him. He started talking crazy, talking about some Obama is a body double, and there's a lot of body doubles out here, and you know, he hearing voices. He talking real crazy, and he was talking to my customers, like kind of preaching it. So I told him, I said, hey, listen, man, you know, if you can keep those thoughts to yourself, you know, I don't really want you talking about how Obama is a body double and stuff like that. And he told me, say, man, you know, I can say what I want to say. You know, it's my mouth, it's free speech. And I told him, I said, listen, man, if you're gonna continue to talk that way, bro, I can't cut you, man. I mean, come on. And he said, hey, man, well, you know, take this thing off, man. You know, I don't need to get no cut, but I'm gonna say what I want to say. So I took it off of him. I said, all right, man, you got to go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You know, go ahead and leave. And he decided to go ahead and keep preaching to the customers about these weird thoughts that he was having. So I said, now, man, you got to go. You got to leave the shop, man. You got to get out. And he said, hey, man, I've been put out of better places than this in my life. So I said, hey, man, all right, go ahead and leave. So he stormed out, and he slammed my door. Boom. So when I went to go grab him, my man Craig, that works here with me, he grabbed me and said, no, man, it ain't even worth it, man. Let that dude go. So later on that night, I'm getting texts on my phone like, Brother Opie, some guys on Facebook threatening you. I'm like, threatening me? Who? He said he had an altercation with you in your barbershop earlier. I said, oh, that dude, no, he was a nut. He was crazy. I'm good. They're like, no, he gangstering you on Facebook. So I go on there to check out what he was saying, and he was like, yeah, it's gonna be some fire at Opie Church on Sunday. I said, my church? You know, because he kind of knew where I go to church at, because I was talking about where I go. So he said, it's going to be fire at Opie Church. So they're like, yo, Opie, it's going to be fire. He said it's going to be fire. I said, man, that nigga crazy, man. He ain't coming over in there my shop. Sunday morning, I'm in there, man. I'm fellowshipping with the brothers, and we having some prayer. And the sisters ran up to me in the church like, Brother Opie. There's some guy standing out in front of the church. He ain't letting nobody in until he see you. He like stopping people from coming in. I was like, what? I had on my church shoes. I had my kids with me. I go out there. I said, cuz, what you doing, man? Hey, man, ain't gonna be no church today. Ain't gonna be no church in here today, man. Not today. So I looked around like, this nigga got to be crazy. This all started from the barbershop. So when I approached him, you know, he stood up. He rose up like he was tough. And a couple of the deacons tried to go pray for him. Right? And when they tried to pray for him, he got like real indignant with them. So I just got out of my character. I grabbed him by his collar and I drug him to the curb like, yo, man, get your ass away from my church. And he walked away like, see, this is what Christians do to you. This is what Christians do to you. Then turned around and charged me. And natural instincts kicked in because I ain't had a fight. I'm over 50. I ain't had a fight since 1988. And he charged me, and natural instincts kicked in. I grabbed him, and I suplexed him to the ground. Boom. And then I'm mad now. I got on top of him, and I hit him like 4 good times in his cheeks. Bam, 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 bam. And then the deacons pulled me off of him. And by that time, I done expounded so much energy. I was so tired. My legs were shaking. I couldn't even stand up right. I was completely, felt like I was like ready to have a heart attack. And then the brothers was like, you know, the brothers tried to step to. He jumped up and he said, okay, you got that round 2, old head. Round 2. I said, round 2? I ain't got no more rounds in me, brother. And by that time, I was leaning up. The fence was holding me up. Them 4 punches that I gave him took all I had. I have nothing left. So I looked at the deacons like, and I screamed like, yo, get him. Get him. As the fence was holding me up, I'm like, get him. And they all ran over and grabbed him. The first deacon that grabbed him, he 2-pieced him. Beep, beep. The head deacon laid him straight out on the ground. His sweater all ripped up. He laying on the ground. And the other young little deacons grabbed him. He was wrestling with them. And then the cops pulled up. I don't know who called the cops. But the cops saved the day. The cop pulled up, grabbed him, threw him up against the car. And while they was dealing with him, he was telling them, yeah, you touching my shit? You touch my dick? He was talking crazy to the cops. But the cops was like, they was like, listen, we got him. And then he looked at the deacon that he knocked out. I was like, see what I did to him? I knocked him the hell out. But then he looked at me and said, the tall bald head one, because I ain't got no hair. The tall bald head one, I want to press charges on him. I want to press charges. I need to press charges on him. Because I beat that ass. But I didn't have another second in me. I lost all energy. It ain't nothing like swinging punches. All these old heads talking about what they would do to this young boy. Hey, listen. Fight and take everything out you. You ain't doing nothing if you ain't been training. And I ain't had a fight since 1988. One more second of that, I got my ass beat.